Hey guys, and welcome back to Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. As always, I'm Demon93, and last time we witnessed the murder of Hifumi and him calling the murderer Robo Justice. So I don't know, there's a giant robot running around who apparently attacks Celeste, and then Hifumi and then Celeste kidnapped Hifumi, hit Hifumi. Then when Hifumi went down to the nurse's office and we tried to find where Robo Justice went, Robo Justice somehow wound up down on the first floor and killed Hifumi. And now we have to go find the others to let them know about Hifumi. You're right.
So then...
Then, shall we go? Hina, snap out of it. Huh. Are you okay, Hina?
Sorry.
I'm not sure I can move right now. I'm feeling kinda... This is a problem. We can't just leave Hina here alone. Okay, then I'll go get everyone. You stay here with Hina. Very well. I leave it to you then. Okay, I'll be back soon. I tried to sound confident and upbeat, but I still hadn't stopped trembling from what I'd just been through. Everyone else is already on the third floor. I have to hurry. This is where everyone was chasing after the suspicious individual. Where was he headed? Celeste, what's wrong? That was rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him with a strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared. He ran off, going further down the hallway. Way into the back of the hallway? To the hallway! Could he be in the art room? No, he's not in the art room. Is he in the repository? Aha! Look at that! 1, 2, 3, 4 hammers are missing. So one of them hasn't been used yet. There are wooden mallets hanging on the wall. If I had to guess, I'd say they were used for making sculptures, but there are some that are missing. Makoto, you idiot! Alright. If they're not here, then they must be in the chemistry lab, physics lab, whatever it's called, science lab. As far as I can tell, there's nobody here, but still I feel some kind of presence. Yeah, I'm sure I can feel someone's presence. Their power level, this presence. Is it coming from over there in the back? That open door? I leapt through the doorway, and when I did, I found another nightmare. What? The second nightmare of the day was waiting there to greet me. Oh no! Taka? Oh yeah, Taka has been gone for a while, hasn't he? Well, I guess he's dead. There, in a pool of his own blood, was Taka, dead. Deadly life.
Danganronpa.
Hifumi's body, discovered in the nurse's office. Taka's body, discovered in the equipment room. I was witness to 2 nightmares, one right after another. No, they weren't nightmares. This is harsh reality. The true nightmare is in this reality, the reality I have to face every day. But still, why is this happening? Oh, Toko. Don't tell me Toko too. Relax, she just passed out when she saw the blood. The blood? Oh, that's right, when Taka is, when Toko is, Toko, she has a fear of blood, huh? We tried everything to get her to wake up, but no luck. Just leave her be for now. It's like he said, I should just leave her alone for now. Hammer? Hammer number 4. Another hammer. Justice Hammer 4, and it's even bigger than before. Is that suspicious individual responsible for killing Taka too? Could it be Hiro, really?
However...
But why is it Justice Hammer 4? Huh? What do you mean? Celeste was attacked with Justice Hammer 1. Then Hifumi was hit with Justice Hammer 2. But this time it was Justice Hammer 4. What happened to number 3? Well, that was used on Hifumi again. Ah.
What?
What's the matter? Well, when you mentioned Justice Hammer 3, you just reminded me.
What?
Out with it. Do you know something? Yeah, Hifumi's dead. Actually, Taka's not the only one that's been killed. Hifumi's dead too.
What?
What?
Hey!
Hifumi's been killed? Yeah.
I see.
Which is why you came to get us. Then we better go check it out.
Yeah.
Of course. Come on. So Sakura, Byakuya, and I rushed off out of the physics lab, leaving Kyoko behind. But as soon as we were out of the physics lab... Celeste, aren't you supposed to be waiting in the nurse's office? Something has come up. Yeah, I heard Hifumi is dead, right?
Indeed.
Well, that is not all. It is gone. What's gone, Celeste? Huh? What's gone? It has disappeared. What has disappeared? Disappeared? Hifumi's body has disappeared. He's not really dead. I'm calling it now. He's not really dead. He was being suspicious before. He was the one who fucking named Robo Justice. I don't think he's really dead. I think he fucking faked his death. What? What are you talking about? It's disappeared? Don't be ridiculous.
Come on.
Are you serious?
What?
What the heck is happening here? Everyone back to the nurse's office. I practically leapt down the stairs, nearly losing my balance. I reached the nurse's office completely out of breath. I couldn't believe my eyes. Hifumi's body was there just a few minutes earlier. It just disappeared? Me and Celeste went to the bathroom, but we were only gone for like a minute. And then when we got back...
Indeed.
This must be the work of the culprit. They must have come and carried the body away. They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die, just like those guys died. Okay.
What did you say?
I don't believe this. I don't believe a body would just disappear.
Why?
First there were 2 murders, and now one of the bodies has been taken. This is unnatural.
Huh?
Oh, hold on, what do you mean 2 murders?
Hina.
Taka's been killed. We found him in the equipment room.
No way!
It can't be. Taka too? It can't be, it can't be.
No!
Hina.
Calm down. We're all gonna die, all of us. They're gonna kill all of us. Then who might be the next target? Toko? Or who might the next target be? Toko? Huh?
What?
I completely forgot she's still unconscious in the equipment room.
Well...
You left her at the scene of the crime? We didn't have a choice. She passed out, and she refused to wake up.
Huh?
So she is still unconscious?
Damn.
Wait, so you knew she was still up there and said nothing? Why? That annoying little insect that clings to me wherever I go. We'd be better off without her.
Bastard!
Calm down. You forgot about her, didn't you? You have no right to blame me. Everyone stop fighting. Right now we need to hurry back.
Huh?
I can't take this anymore. I don't want anyone else to die.
Damn.
Byakuya, if something's happened to Toko, I'll never forgive you. Huh. My god, we're getting our exercise today, so we shot out of the nurse's office and bolted up the stairs, heading back to the 3rd floor for the 8th time today. We ran back to the equipment room at full speed, and when we got there... Toko! And Taka's gone. Thank God you're okay. But right away I noticed there was something very different here. It was gone. Taka's body, which should have been right here there, had disappeared. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something? No, it's not a hallucination. I know I saw it before, and what I'm seeing now isn't what I saw before.
Huh?
Well, what? Are you saying Taka disappeared now, too?
Stop talking.
Stop saying disappeared. It didn't just vanish into thin air. Obviously, whoever did this has hidden the body. But why would they do that? I couldn't possibly begin to imagine. Anyway, our costume suspect is clearly continuing his crime spree. We gotta hurry up and catch him before he kills all of us.
Not possible.
Oh, I don't think you have to worry about that.
Huh?
Huh? Think about it. Who could possibly be responsible for killing and hiding these bodies? These dead bodies. When Hifumi's death cry went up, everyone here was together on the 3rd floor.
It is so.
After that, we split up into 2 groups. And now this time, you all came here as a group from the nurse's office. In other words, the only ones who could have done this are Hiro and Kyoko, who are still missing. Hold on a second. Kyoko has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. There's no question that she was in the dining hall with us. You seem very adamant about defending her. Perhaps you are in love? That's not it at all.
That's fine.
Well, anyway, yes, I do accept Kyoko's alibi.
Let's see.
Which means the suspicious individual we're looking for can be none other than Hiro. Which further means there will be no more murders. The regulations are very clear about that. Oh, that's right. There's a rule that says you can only kill a maximum of 2 people.
That's right.
As long as that rule is in place, there will not be a 3rd murder. If they were to break that rule... Mincia! Mincia without a second thought! Mincia grind ya, turn ya into paste! By the way, did you know that fish paste can also refer to shellfish like shrimp or crabs? Indeed.
Let's see.
So, since 2 people have been killed, there is no possibility of any more.
Perhaps.
You knew that from the beginning, didn't you, Byakuya? Which means you knew Toko was never in danger. I still meant it when I said we'd be better off without him, though.
In other words...
Anyway, with that in mind, we can now relax in the search for the 2 missing bodies. The 2 missing bodies. 2 people have been killed and their bodies have been hidden. The only one without an alibi, the only one who could have done it, is Hiro. But is he really the killer? Obviously not. And what about Kyoko? If she's not involved in this case, where did she go?
What?
Hey, Makoto, what's the matter? Huh? Oh, nothing. Oh, no, it's nothing. Whatever. We need to find those bodies, or our little narrative here can't move forward.
So then...
Very well. Then let us split up and begin searching.
But...
There is no need to be afraid. No more murders will take place during this case.
I
know that. I think I do, but...
Hina.
If you're still nervous, I'll come with you. I'll hold your hand.
Huh?
Okay, thank you. No need to thank me. Then let's get moving. Yell out if you find something. Anything. Byakuya left the equipment room, followed by the others. I have to try and find... Sorry. 2 missing bodies. Alright. 2 missing bodies. 2 missing bodies. 2 missing bodies. Could they be back here? It's locked. The door must be locked. That's odd. It wasn't earlier.
Huh?
Where could 2 dead bodies have disappeared to?
Damn.
We need to search for the bodies that have disappeared. What happens after that? Okay, am I gonna get called off of whatever I'm doing here? Because it keeps on happening. Like, I'll try and do my search, and then suddenly it's like, boom! Somebody cuts to the chase. Doesn't even let me explore everything fully. Nobody's in the rec room. Okay. We haven't even been given a Monokuma file. What's going on here? I'm very confused. Oh, went the wrong way. My bad. $3B. Nobody's here. Alright. Ah! Makoto!
Come on.
Why are you just standing there? We need to get to the repository. Huh? You mean...
Indeed.
I found them. Hifumi and Saka's bodies have both been hidden in the repository.
Goodbye.
I've already told Hina and Sakura. We'll go on ahead. Their bodies were in the repository? I was just there, and it was locked. Now I'm really confused. What's happening? Are the bodies here somewhere? Byakuya? I have to wonder where they could have been hidden. Up ahead is the repository. The doorknob turned. I guess it's unlocked, then I have no choice but to go inside. So I opened the door, and when I entered, I saw... both bodies. The two bodies that had disappeared were right there. The smell of blood made me gag. What I saw before my eyes was unquestionable, unavoidable, unwavering reality. And then, I heard the announcement for a second time. Why did I hear the announcement for a second time? Because we already heard the announcement before. When both of them had been found, presumably at the same time.
A body has been discovered!
Yeah?
After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Now I'm confused. A rediscovery? And so here we are!
It's the Monaco
Without further ado, let
file!
me give you all the next Monaco file! I was going to hand them out when you found the bodies the first time, but I thought something might happen.
What?
It was really hard to resist, but turns out I was right!
Stop talking.
Just hand it over already.
Punishment is waiting
Now,
for you.
make sure to investigate with all of your mental might and prepare for the class trial.
See ya later.
Well then, now that we've found the bodies, all that's left is to uncover the culprit.
What the heck?
Hold on. How can you be so calm? I mean, they're dead, you know?
That's terrible.
Dead, gone forever. They're never coming back. Awful. This is all just too awful. Hina suddenly burst into tears. She clutched at Hifumi's lifeless body.
Who would do this? Why? Why?
Large, wet tears fell from her eyes. The tears landed on Hifumi's cheeks. If this were some world of make-believe, that might have been when Hifumi's opened his eyes, but this wasn't a movie. And then it happened anyways, because it was a movie. Yep, oh my god. He's not dead. This wasn't.
He's alive again? Where am I? Cold. So cold. Is winter coming?
Winter is coming for you, Hifumi.
Hifumi, wake up!
That's right. I remember now. Hope's Peak.
Come on, you gotta wake up!
I remember everything
Oh shit. You remember everything?
before I met you all.
Uh-huh.
Met you all.
What? Before I'd met you all, I'd met you all. That doesn't make any sense. His memories are all bleeding together. He has nothing useful to offer us.
The light. It's reaching out to me.
Reaching out. Touching you. Touching me. Sweet Hifumi. Ba ba ba. Looks like you're about to die. So good. So good.
Like the tail of a comet.
Hey, Hifumi!
Oh
Who
god.
was it? Who attacked you?
Yeah, there you go. Do something good with your last breaths. Tell us who your murderer is.
Who tried to kill you?
Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name.
But not their gender, because you could just say his or her.
Yasu. Hiro.
Well, that's interesting. Hiro is the culprit? His eyes closed, and they never opened again. Death for the second, technically third time. Absolute, undeniable death. No matter how many more of Hina's tears splashed his face, there was no second miracle. Reality set in again. This isn't some stereotypical fantasy world. Tears can't restore a person's vitality.
Honestly.
You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins. No calcium in your bones. At least you have your meat.
Stop talking.
You're just angry. Going out of his way to return just to leave us with those unnecessary dying words. Now this game has become exceedingly boring. He said Yasuhiro, right?
Then perhaps.
Yasuhiro Hagakure. That is the only person he could have been referring to.
So, in other words...
And with that, the case is solved. Assaulting people and even killing Taka and Hifumi. And then going so far as to hide their bodies? A criminal that hides his face behind a mask and uses a bunch of giant wooden hammers? Is that what Hiro is?
What is
It would
this?
appear to be so. If it's true, I can't forgive him. No way can I ever forgive him. To kill two of our friends. Anyway, it's about time we track down the culprit in our little life or death game here. Although, this time, it's not all that life or death. The trial will conclude without much trouble.
Indeed.
Yes, it does look that way. It's going to begin again. We have to go through this one more time. I have to accept it. I have no choice but to go through with this to make sure everyone survives. I just have to do it. Investigate. First, I'd better check the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it?
Very strange.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. We got way less information this time than before. This is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfold before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened than the Monokuma file could anyway. Maybe. Well, there's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Are you talking about Kyoko?
Perhaps.
Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Fumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here?
Monokuma appeared!
Don't be rude, I'm here to answer your question. What question?
Yep.
You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first class trial.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
Wrong.
In other words,
So basically, you can be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification for it.
so then.
So are you saying nobody worked together this time either?
Hey,
Sorry, can't answer that. It would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget, no matter how much you might assist in a murder. Only one bad blackened can graduate. An accomplice gets nothing.
So in other words,
Then we only need to figure out who that one blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like normal?
well,
Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is
strange!
the one true blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action. The true blackened? So just one person?
Well now,
That's enough for explainifying. Now it's down to the final battle between all of you and the blackened. Good luck to all the contestants. So there can only be one blackened. An accomplice wouldn't benefit. Then I can't see any way Kyoko would be connected to this case after all. You may be right. If that's true, then Kyoko, where are you?
however,
As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation.
Indeed.
I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible. But for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information.
So,
You know, don't you think we should consider a certain someone a suspect just in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend Genocide Jack.
What?
What? I'm offended! When did you...
I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found.
You SOB!
Anyway, there you are, milk-sack swimmer girl.
Are you there, milk sack swimmer girl?
Huh?
Milk sack?
You gotta be kidding!
Why do I gotta be a suspect?
What the heck?
Well, I mean, you are a serial killer.
What?
So what? I'm like a special guest suspect every time. I have an alibi, you know.
She's right about that. When we heard Hifumi scream, she was with me. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body.
Yep.
Besides, I calculate every move I make. I'm not gonna kill someone when everyone knows what I look like. They don't call me the murderous fiend or nothing.
What are you saying?
That's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about.
Let's see.
On another topic, should we post a guard by the bodies like before? We can't have them disappearing again.
So then.
Hina and I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina?
Sure, I'll be totally useless on the investigation anyway.
It's all clear now.
Then that's that. Let's begin. This whole thing is so strange. All but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But maybe it's just me. But I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it seems. Monokuma file number 3 has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Finally, on to the investigation. Taka, he'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? And there's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way there'd be no blood left behind while the body was moved. Blue tarp has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Hifumi. Hifumi's big cold body is laying on the floor. His really big body. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move something so fat? He was such a fat piece of tub of lard that nobody in their right mind could have possibly moved him. I mean, look at this goddamn beached whale. From the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository. All the way from the first to the third floor, and all without anyone noticing it. How the hell? It's no good, I just don't get it. I can think about it later. For now, I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was lying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh? Wait, something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. Blood's not on his glasses. That's it, his glasses. When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But now they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? Like maybe him? But who would do that, and why? Okay, so Hifumi wasn't dead. He wiped the blood from his glasses, fake blood from his glasses, walked his way up here, and then got killed? Hifumi's glasses have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Justice hammers, hello! There are hammers of all different sizes hanging on the wall, although some of them are more like mallets. Mallets? Could the Justice hammers have been designed using these as a model? No, dumbass! Some of the hammers are fucking missing. Either way, all the hammers here have obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait, for some reason this one hammer isn't dirty at all, and it's wet. Did someone wash it recently? Spotless hammer was added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay. It's a dolly. It doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before. I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kind of awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. Huh? But wait. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? Okay, figured it out now. So they moved Taka's body here with that. And look at that wheel. There's a blood stain on it. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for it? Repository dolly has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Sakura? There are many aspects to this incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that's happened.
So then.
Would you like my help? Sure. Yeah, let's look back at things. This morning, only 4 of us met up at the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. We waited for the others, but nobody showed up, so we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we began our search. And soon after, we split up. Kyoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor, then quickly came and got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her, meaning just after 7. Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo Justice. It also became clear that this Robo Justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costumed assailant. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor, then resumed our search. But not long after leaving the nurse's office... What's wrong? I saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs. Based on Celeste's claims, we went back up to the 2nd floor, where we split up and began searching. Then right after that, Celeste screamed. This time she had apparently seen the suspect on the 3rd floor. Hearing her screams, we quickly made our way to the 3rd floor.
Celeste, what's wrong?
That was a rather intense scream for someone like you.
I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
And then...
What was that?
He came downstairs, must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Blah, 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 blah. At that point, we decided to split into 2 groups. Celestina and I went back to the nurse's office. Meanwhile, Byakuya and Toko pursued the suspect up on the 3rd floor. And when we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi's corpse, which is also when he heard the body discovery announcement play. Celeste and Hina alone and headed back to the 3rd floor to the others and found what had happened.
However,
But at the same time, we had discovered Taka's body in the equipment room, which means Hifumi and Taka's body were discovered right around the same time, because I remember hearing the body announcement discovery played right after finding Taka. And that's when I showed up and told you and Byakuya that Hifumi had been killed, right? Then you, me, and Byakuya all headed back to the nurse's office, leaving behind Toko, who had fainted. But as soon as we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who just arrived to tell us something very unusual. Hifumi's body had gone missing. We hurried back to the nurse's office to discover that the corpse was in fact gone. Then we remembered he had abandoned the unconscious Toko. We rushed back to the equipment room, and that's when we found that Taka's body had gone missing. This time, Taka's body disappears. From there, we began to search for the missing bodies. And this time, Celeste told us she'd found the real bodies. We went to the repository, and then we discovered their bodies and apparently vanished. Blah 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 blah. And then their second body announcement had played.
however,
Looking back, things have certainly been very active. If you want to look back in the case again, just let me know. I'm fine anytime. No, thank you. Hey, Makoto, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository, huh? What is it? After Hifumi and Taka's bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together.
Right.
And we came right to the repository to, look around and make out and stuff. But when we got here, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. It was locked. And we came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it? And why is it unlocked now? I wonder the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there, but I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. But that'll wait until next time. We'll do the investigation next time, guys. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.